Hey Bishes, 'tis I, Chlois, aka Manny Bish, over on Instagram, and today we are using Ghosty from CN Designer Dips, and we are going to be doing ombre on a few nails with a ghosty because, we used a ghosty dip. We had to just create a ghosty in one of our nails. So I'm not starting with my middle finger today, surprise, because that's where our ghost is going to be. So I'm starting here on my thumb, and on my thumb and my ring finger, I am doing ombre, glitter ombre. So we're starting at the free edge and just sprinkling that upwards to the middle part of my nail. And I am going to also be taking my cuticle tool and just tapping it onto that wet base and picking up a couple of glitters to put them where I want them. And then I'm going to be taking my clear and just pouring over the rest of the nail to dry up the rest of that base around our cuticle and any wet spots that there might be in between those glitters. And then we are going to go on. Now, I will say for this mani, I actually did not want a completely glittered out mani, like the full coverage situation. So here on my index finger, which is going to be full glitter, you're going to see here that I am going to sprinkle the glitter on top. I'm not pouring over. I'm also not dipping it in. I'm not laying my finger flat. I am just sprinkling it on like I did the French ombre situation. And it's going to leave a little bit of blank spaces here and there. I'm going to pour over the rest with clear to make sure I fill in those gaps or any wetness. I still wanted, I don't know. For some reason, I didn't want just full coverage glitter. I liked the idea of it being kind of like sheer and kind of seeing my nail through, possibly. So that's the vibe for this mani. So that's what I'm doing, and same thing on my pinky here, because this one is going to also be a full glitter situation, but again, we're just sprinkling that on all over, and then going to pour over the clear to, again, fill in any of the wetness going on. You want to make sure that your base is completely absorbed into the powder, whether that means you need to dip back into whatever powder or absorb some of the moistness with clear, like you would a French tip or an ombre situation. You feel? So, same thing on my ring finger. We are doing the glitter ombre here, and I am going to be doing the exact same thing I did on my thumb, starting at my free edge and then going up towards the middle of my nail, pressing down those glitters. That way I don't have any just random sticking outness. Make it easier to file, have them lay flat. Pouring over with clear for the rest of it, and then I'm going to just press that again, getting everything, situated and making sure everything's laying flat, or as flat as can be for right now. And then we're going to go in for round dos. And on this one, for my thumb, I am going to be, this is the part with your glitter too, that you can take anything off, move your stuff around, whatever you want. I felt like I had one too many black there, so got rid of it. It was just laying weird. So anyways, on the second layer of my ombres, my thumbs, even my full coverage ones actually, I'm going to put a layer of base down. I'm going to go ahead and get my tool wet again and pick up glitter to make sure I get glitter where I know for sure that I want glitter at. There's a few 2 empty spaces for me that I felt needed just a little bit more coverage because it was just, again, too empty. I was okay with a little emptiness. I just didn't want holes. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm actually on this just going to fill in the rest with clear. I did not go in with any more glitter on this nail, just the ones that I placed myself. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on my all of my fingers, where I am going to just pick up some glitters to make sure that I get them, like, any of the, like, really big holes filled, and then go from there. On a couple of them, I do go ahead and after I do this, fill in where I for sure want glitter. I do go back in with the brush and more glitter and go ahead and do like a second layer, which you see here. And then again, go back in on top of that, filling in the rest with clear. So, yes, that is going to happen for the rest of my nails. So I'm going to leave out that second layer. That's exactly what I did for all of them. And then we are just clear capping all of those nails. Now, I have not put anything on my ghosty nail as of yet. It's just got, I can't even think. A layer of peel base and a layer of gel base on it. That's all my middle finger has on it right now. So anyways, I activated the rest of my nails. Now we're going to go in with my middle finger. And so for this, I'm going to go in with an outline of where I want my ghost because we are going to be doing it 3D. So I'm going to just outline where I want my ghost to be. So when I go in and make it 3D, I have, you know, an outline, a guide, if you will, to put like where I don't want the gel hanging off or if I need more spread out like that. So just doing a rough little outline here. I'm going to flash cure it. And then we're going to get in with the 3D gel, which is this stuff right here. So I picked up a pretty big ball and I'm like taking it, cutting it off, you know, seeing how much I need or don't need. And I'm going to be doing this a few different times, see, just trying to get rid of that stuff. It is pretty stringy when you do it like this, but if you use a cuticle tool or some scissors, it does like cut right off, so you can do that too. And once I have the ball there, I'm going to take my little tool that came with the gel, and I'm just going to pat it out, make it flatter. You'll see there that once I did that, I realized again, too much gel, so I just drug it to the end of the nail, got it off of there. It's going to happen a few more times. Again, I'm just like pushing that to where it's in the confines of the outline. That's where I want it to be. So that is where I am trying to pat it in, get it in there, and also make sure it's not like too super bulky. I want it to be, of course, 3D, but I also don't want it huge, you know, or lumpy. So that's what I'm doing. Just straighten it out, flatten it out, and then you just cure it. You cure it, and it will stay on your nail hard. That's it. And so once I do that, I am taking a little bit of white gel paint and clear gel base, just gel base. I don't know why I said clear, just gel base, and mixing it together just to get a more milky white. And I am going to be going back over my outline with that, and like going back over my outline and the parameters of the ghost itself, just making it pop again, because it kind of going on top of it with the gel over the outline you've already done kind of dulls it, and I do want it to kind of pop. So I'm just going back in over that again, and then I'm going to flash cure this because I do not want it to like get messed up with our next step, which is going to be mixing in even more clear and making it even more sheer of a white. Like you really, for this whole ghost effect situation, you know, kind of creepy. Not creepy, but it's not a creepy ghost. You'll see if you haven't already seen the thumbnail. So I just am adding even more clear to that just to spread that around so it's not getting too pigmented with the white. I want it to be fairly sheer and translucent, milky, really. And I'm just filling in that whole ghost that we've done. And I'm going to be curing this for a full minute. And all of the flash cures that we've done before will be fully cured in this time frame as well, doing a full minute here. And Now I'm going back in with some more white, and we're going to define the lines of the ghost. So I'm just where those little waves are at the bottom of him. Where the waves come up, I'm taking the white and just creating an extra line going up to create the creases. And I'm just taking my little cleanup brush with a tiny bit of alcohol on it and using it to drag up the lines and make it even like thinner. And then just making it a little bit more pigmented going back on top. Flash curing that. I'm going now in with my dotting tool. This is the smallest side of my dotting tool. And I'm creating the mouth and the eyes. And I'm making his mouth just a little bit bigger. I'm not doing just one little dot. I'm kind of dragging it down to give it that really long O shape. And then I'm going to flash cure this. And then this part, I'm giving him a little hand and I'm making it cover his mouth. So, sorry guys, that was my alarm. So all I'm doing here is just creating a little tiny like a little C right over his mouth, connecting it to the line that we've already made there at the bottom, and then having it go out to the side, and that's going to be his little hand. And I am going to flash cure this and then go back in to make it just a little bit tiny darker, which you already seen. And then I decided to give my guy eyebrows, okay? Because we've got his mouth, his hand covering his mouth like he's surprised. So I was like, okay, we need eyebrows so he can be like super shocked. So he's all, and that's my ghost. It's almost like the ghost is scared. You know? The ghost scared you, you scream, and you scare the ghost. That's what it is. Oh, here's where I'm filling in that hand again to make sure it's like really covering that black, and just do that. And adding a couple more lines just because I felt like it just wasn't, I don't know, creased enough. And I'm making his hand, like his arm, actually connect more so to him. And that is my little ghosty guy. I really liked this Manny, and I loved his surprised face. I was happy that I went with the surprised face. At first, I was going to have him hold something, and then I was like, wait, if I'm doing arms, I have the perfect idea. I'm going to make him surprised. And so I am going on top of this with gel, top coat from Madam Glam. And for the rest of my nails, I'm actually going to be topping them with dip top coat. So I will be using my Manny Boss liquids. That was the base that I used, the activator that I used, and then I'm going to use the top coat for it. Right now, just doing gel on my ghost guy, and he's done. And we'll finish off this Manny with my dip. So activate first, wipe off the excess, go in here with our quick round of our first coat, wiping off my brush after each finger before putting it back in the bottle because you do not want to contaminate your liquids. It is a giant mess and pain in the butt when that happens, so don't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Which, it's only happened once. I've been very mindful of it ever since then. Ever since it happened, I've been like, no. So, second layer, more detailed, making sure we got everything covered, capping my free edge so I can get a little bit of longevity even though I am wearing pill base. I don't want them to pop off immediately. So, yeah, guys, this is my little girly ghosty Manny here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. It's free for you and it helps me out a ton. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the Bisshhh Squad. And if you are an OG, thanks for hanging out and keeping up with me and everything. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm sorry, this ghost is just so cute. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, this will be probably my last Halloween Manny too, FYI. So anyways, I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, Bisshhs!